Drifting waves to the ocean side, AquaMiles tide. We could play our part with every swell of desert wide across the options on this ride. The mysteries of the deep world untried in the AquaMiles where horizons glide. Welcome to the AquaMiles, riding with the tide. We're splashing through the waves, don't know where to hide. Feel the energy rising, we're surfing worldwide. It's the thrilling kind of ride. Come on and take the dive. The storm is still clear. Brace yourself and cheer.
Greetings, fellow HeroClix players. I'm AquaMiles, and this is Tide to Tide. Before I go ahead and introduce my guest, I was told to read this letter. Dear valued viewers and colleagues, I am writing to address the recent incidents that have compromised the professionalism and integrity of Atlantis Broadcasting Corporation. Unfortunately, some of our previous guests have exhibited unprofessional camera etiquette, which has impacted the quality and reputation of our programming. To rectify this, ABC will now enforce strict guidelines for guest appearances, ensuring respect for our audience, hosts, and production team. These guidelines include no vulgar language or gestures, respectful interaction with hosts and crew, adherence to dress code and personal grooming standards, no unauthorized promotional activities, and pictures of guests will be used going forward except when the guest adheres to all previous rules. I apologize for any offense or discomfort caused by our previous guests' behavior. On a personal note, I want to extend a sincere apology to my wife, our CEO, for the unacceptable body language displayed during the last episode. My actions were unprofessional and inexcusable, and I promise to uphold the highest standards of conduct moving forward. Thank you for your continued support and understanding. Sincerely, AquaMiles, host of Tide to Tide and producer of Atlantis Broadcasting Corporation. All right, now that we got that jargon out of the way, I would like to introduce our third guest, perhaps the biggest name in Clix that we've actually had a chance to interview. He has over 500 subscribers on YouTube. I'm giving you a warm welcome for the ClixBads, Chris.
I'm just getting pulled into that bads with AJ.
Yeah, ClixBads.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just ClixBads.
Hey, everybody.
It's not just about being bad at HeroClix, it's having bad takes.
That's fair. I do have a lot of those.
Yes, that's why it's ClixBads. And speaking of that, let's start off with a really good question.
All right.
What screen name do you use in Oregon HeroClix Club on Facebook Messenger?
I don't even know. What is mine?
Dr. Manhattan's Uncensored Dong.
Can I even get into that after the thing you just read?
Naming yourself after a HeroClix set only 14 years old. You don't see anything wrong with that?
Well, that is kind of, I guess, more an inside joke that I didn't change my name to that, but I'm happy that it is. This comes from years ago with the Watchmen movie. And my take on that always I've been so upset because during the movie, there's a lot of times Dr. Manhattan's just walking around, not wearing anything, just letting himself hang low. And then he goes giant. And he's coming around a building, and I was like, all right, this is going to be, a 10-story dong. And then he's wearing underwear.
You ever read the Watchmen comic series?
No.
So before going on your unwarranted tirade, and that you were prepared for seeing him naked in Vietnam, do you think if you actually read the source comic that the movie was based off of, and that was in every comic book store and every bookstore across the nation, you would not have been surprised that indeed he wore underwear in public?
I wouldn't have been surprised then. I actually didn't buy my first comic until, what was it, King in Black, I think it's called. And I think I bought the 5th issue of that, the last one, just because I didn't want to wait any longer to read it on AJ's app that he had that had Marvel Unlimited or whatever. And so the first comic I ever bought was, I think it was King in Black #5.
And that was 2021 or 2020?
Something like that. Not all that long ago.
Have you been keeping up with comics since then?
No.
Oh, oh. All right. Well,
I read a bunch of Black Cat, some Silk, just Spider-Man stuff when I had AJ's Marvel Unlimited sign-in, and then I think he stopped paying for it, and then I just didn't get it myself and haven't really kept up.
sounds like he's a cheapskate. I'm calling you
I
out.
am.
Oh no, AJ,
Oh,
stop paying.
he too.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
No. It's all AJ. Okay, you would have had the app if AJ would have paid for it. Okay, let's be honest there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, how did you get into HeroClix, and give us a history of how the ClixBads YouTube channel got started?
So I got into HeroClix fairly recently. It was during pandemic and all that. The first set was Spider-Man and Venom Absolute Carnage. Was the set that I got into. AJ was the one that got me into HeroClix. We had played a wonderful game called Star Wars Destiny together. Love games that have an added, thing to it, like with the dice. So Star Wars Destiny, you had dice. It wasn't just a card game. Magic can be fun, but it's all just who has the most expensive deck. With a dice roll, it's different every time. Well, that game stopped being made, and then AJ's like, "Hey, I know you'd love HeroClix. You should come play." And he started talking it up, saying it was a lot like Fire Emblem, which is a game series, and comics all rolled into one. I was like, "All right, yeah, whatever. I'll see." So I went to one of our game nights and played a pre-constructed team that AJ had made. Of course, it was a terrible team. I got my ass handed to me. But I was like, this game's pretty fun. So I went to the shop the next day and bought 2 packs and pulled the super rare Absolute Carnage from Spider-Man Venom Absolute Carnage, and the rest is history.
So, would you consider yourself like a fringe competitive casual player?
I'm definitely more casual right now. If I was in a position to be more competitive, go to more events and things like that, I definitely probably would. But right now, I'm definitely more of a casual player, just kind of having fun with AJ, doing our videos for everybody, or just playing at home, having a good time, stuff like that.
No,
What's your take on casual play versus competitive play?
Oh, well, I mean, that one's hit or miss. We have a really good group here that plays, that is pretty good, even when playing competitive. Went to my first big event, the 2v2, teamed up with AJ. It was a great time. We all had a good time. Everybody was nice. Nothing was too ridiculous over the top. It was a lot of fun. But with competitive, I mean, a lot of the times, I know a while back there was trouble with like turtle teams and stuff like that, and I just don't have respect for those kind of teams. I get it; it's what wins. I get, finding the.
Why do you hate the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No, I love the turtles. I never played while they were modern legal. But just the teams of people like stay in their starting zone the whole time and just like snipe
Like
one of
in
the
the sewer?
characters and then just like huddle together and not do anything.
In the sewer? In the lair?
It's
Like under?
that's just not a fun way to play.
Do you think the rules? That's looking much better. Do you think the rules are actually better now with the change to Quake and Super Strength for the turtle teams to see less play?
I definitely think so. We really haven't seen much of that lately. The shorter maps too have really helped that. There's a lot less in the way of turtle teams, so that's definitely gone away. But now it's just kind of like whatever best jank people can find.
That's how competitive always
And
is. It's yeah.
that's what
Turtle
they're
that
after.
should have Quake as Donatello with the bow. Would that make the most sense?
And I mean, I get it, and yeah. So for me, I kind of stay away from it just because I like to play what I like to play. Um, that doesn't mean I make terrible teams, but it also doesn't mean that I'm going to make a team that's going to beat the newest jank that people are playing. So that's kind of why I've stayed away. Also, just I don't go out and buy tons of product. Don't have the time to take Saturdays off to go to events a lot of the time, stuff like that. Once I have that time, once I'm able to do that, that might change.
I don't have a lot of time to play
Now,
competitive.
who was your favorite superhero?
Oh man, that was like two different questions at once.
Ignore me, Red Orange guy.
I got a favorite
Who was your favorite
superhero.
superhero?
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to go. Man, it's hard. It's hard to say. Like, I love Static Shock. I watched that cartoon growing up as a kid. Like, that was one of the first hero clicks that I went out. Like, I think that was actually the first single that I bought was a Static Shock click. But I mean, I'm a big Iron Man fan. Then I like the Spider-Man universe, but more so like Black Cat, Ghost Spider, stuff like that. But I don't know if I necessarily have an outright favorite. I guess maybe I'd have to probably just say Static Shock.
That sounds like trash. Now, if you were a superhero, which you're clearly not, but if you were, and Green Goblin drops both Gwen Stacy and Elsa Bloodstone neck first off a bridge, which one would you save? You can only pick one.
I'm going with Elsa Bloodstone.
Why, though? She hates you.
I mean, something about a redhead that hates you, right? But I mean, I guess more so the other question is we talking Werewolf by Night, Elsa? Because there was she wasn't a redhead. What's up with that?
It's your favorite Elsa.
That's hypocrisy.
The reddest of all the red hair.
That's hypocrisy. Your take on Dr. Manhattan and your take on Elsa, hypocrisy. Black hair looks better black and white.
But no, I go with Elsa.
I like that. I like that decision.
I figured it was him cutting out and not missing it like AJ missing rolls all the time.
No, it must be for me cutting my hair.
Underwater, how do you do that? Cutting it and then it just stays there, floats.
I am underwater. My cave is actually it's like an air pocket. If you have a bucket and you go underneath, there's air. Yeah, because electronics and water don't mix. They don't.
I mean, you could use, your trident.
No, Aquaman currently has that. He stole it from me.
Okay.
I'm actually no longer allowed in Atlantis. I'm actually residing in the Calder Sea as a recent conqueror.
AquaMiles, you need to fix the monitor.
The monitor needs fixed.
There you go. We're back.
No, you were back the whole time. I just need it so you were moving. I think this is. You don't know how hard editing is, okay? People just don't know. Just don't know. All right. This is a real big contentious in the Pacific Northwest, mainly the HeroClix Club Messenger. Do you think Daryl's gone overboard with the vests matching his hair?
Yeah, I mean that's a bit much.
Okay.
What's going on here? Like,
I just want to know.
we gonna start dyeing our hair every couple of days to make sure it matches the vest every time.
I think we need to. I'm going with orange and green. Does my tie match his designs? Daryl, $20. So on your recent video of your unboxing, who won between you and AJ?
Oh, that's definitely me.
That's fine. So I'm hoping you can actually give me a correct answer because I want to make enemies. I want you to make enemies. Daryl didn't.
Yeah.
Daryl was beating around the bush. Top 5 current
Um,
Oregon players in order.
So,
No bar.
top 5 Oregon players. Like, what way are we gonna do this? Because I feel like we've got some good players
Do
that
however
don't
it's your
get
list.
a ton of product, and then we got some players that like they're good, but they buy so much product they have all the good pieces all the time.
So I'm
But can't you
I'm of
just borrow those pieces?
yeah, exactly. I'm of the mind that is a play group that you should be able to borrow. And if you have people that refuse to let the people in the play group borrow stuff, it's either the person trying to borrow is the problem, or the person that won't let borrow is the problem. That's how I feel. I think play groups
That's
should.
fair.
I bring pieces for everybody to borrow. In fact, I borrowed a few pieces for my 2v2. Believe it or not, 5 kids can't really afford a lot of hero clicks.
Yeah, well, see, that's what I'm saying, you know, and like we can borrow and stuff like that. You know, we're all friendly, we're all nice.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
just hate to borrow stuff from people, you know, so I don't really ask all that much to do it. My top
Just,
5.
yes,
All right,
unbiased. Like
top 5.
whatever reasoning for you to have your top 5.
My top 5. This one's a tough one. I'd have to go with. It's hard. It's hard to get that 5th. I'm stuck between Tereso and Harold for the 5th. One of them got to be bumped out.
Tereso.
Yeah. Yeah, we go with that. That works.
That pushed the other one to the 4th?
No, that pushed the other one out.
Then Teresa for sure. No, Teresa.
Yes.
4th, I love AJ. I hope you guys all watch our videos. I'm sure if you watch our videos, you can see some of the times where like the game's starting to get to the end, and I'm like, dude, pay attention. Dude, pay attention. Come on, watch the roll. It's your turn.
He doesn't make
On
enough
him
money
about
to pay
stuff.
attention. Yeah, he doesn't make enough money to pay attention. That's why he's working so much.
Yeah,
It's attention,
but
expensive to afford.
I'd have to put him number 4. Like I think he can do really well when he pays attention.
No,
I would have to put him at number 4.
He got like 17th at Rock Cup.
Yeah, he did pretty solid.
Yeah.
The top 3 is that one. That's a little tough. You know, probably I have to go number 3 as. You know, I'd have to say Matt. Just because Matt Z. Number 2 definitely has got to be Raymond Bodie. He is so good, but he just doesn't put it out there. I don't know how many games you've actually played against him,
I've
but
played
like
every major event.
he is, I don't even know how to explain it. He is so good though. Like, he's great teaching people, and he'll take on that a lot of the time. Like, if there's somebody new that's learning to play, like, he'll take it on and be the one to teach them. And so he's not like up there big playing the big matches all the time. But there's been times like him and I have had a match, and like the team he built, I'm just like, damn, like, what do I do here? He's solid. I think he's a real sleeper. I think he could do really well if he really, really wanted to. But I think he's also a really nice guy, so he doesn't push himself that hard.
He needs to. He's got big
I
shoes to
think
fill. He's a number two.
I think he needs to pop off on a tournament, and I think I would not be surprised if he took it. Honestly.
Okay.
Number one. I mean, I'd have to go with Miles.
He's pretty good.
He's got
outside of Oregon.
He's got the
not
most experience. He's got the most drive, and I think his ceiling's the highest.
It's like I think 9 feet right now here. It's pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting because there's somebody that so far, I don't want to jinx it, but somebody who has not made any person's list, and that's Casual Curtis. Do you think Curtis outside of Thanos is?
I love Curtis. Curtis is great, but Curtis is dice, man.
He's terrible. He's terrible.
No, it's his dice. Like, he needs like special delivery dice that, like, I don't know, like
that only have sixes.
Some nice woman, like, tucked him under her breasts or something, just carried him to the event and hand delivered him there, and they're just ready to go and good. Maybe that'll work out for him. But
has he tried charging it with a lantern ring after kissing it?
I don't know. So I just know that his dice do not love him, and I love Curtis. Curtis is the only one that's ever played my Mission Point team. And I mean, that went about as well as it could go for anybody. That Mission Point team was pretty mean. So,
did you win the event?
That wasn't an event. It was just one of our practice nights. I definitely won on mission points, but then we were all trying to figure out if it would have been over the time limit, stuff like that. But that team, I think he's the only one I've ever actually played that team against because he was willing to play it. And I just don't like playing that team. It's just mean.
So the best way to practice for competitive events is that, that's going to be 45 to 55 minutes. You want to give you the least amount of time possible. So you give yourself 45-minute time. That's how you do it. That way you're ready. Those 10 extra minutes.
Yeah.
That's going to help you. That's how you do it. Well, speaking of mission points, how do you feel about the mission point change for Silver Age?
I guess I'm kind of confused on it. Like, because before you had to get the 30 mission points or 20 mission points or whatever it was, like it was an all or nothing kind of thing. But now it's like 10 victory points per mission point.
Yes, so that way it's pretty much now.
So you have to look at it. Confused then.
It's 50 mission points is what you need because that's 500 victory points. But the victory points add up. So if you have 150 victory points and you get 250 points of their force, you win. Or 300 points, you win. That's Yeah,
I would really like that. I think I could bring my mission point team to an event and do really well with it there, especially with getting the 10 points per.
Put your money where your mouth is. I want you to write that check.
Mission. I will. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do that.
Let's do it. States.
States,
right?
And mission point. The funny thing about mission point teams, like, people are always trying to bleed stuff together. Like, who was it? The support one, Indigo 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
And like a couple other figures that would give you mission points and stuff like that. Which I mean is great. That's cool and all. But this team, I mean, it's all built around the Wonder Woman from what was it, the Batman team up set, I think it was?
Yeah.
And it was just a straight lockdown team. Like, you would have 2 tokens on you every turn, and there was literally nothing you could do. That's why I don't play it that much. It's because it's just, like, I can't imagine it's fun for the other person to sit there and be like, oh, my turn? Oh, free actions, and then I gotta clear. So that's why I don't play it a whole lot. But that team, I mean, it was Wonder Woman, and then I had Peacemaker on the sideline, who could come in once you're at a certain amount of mission points, and then would give you more.
Works. Yeah, he doesn't work in silver now because of how it was changed.
Yeah, so
which is sad, but yeah.
That is sad, yeah. So I might have to change it up a little bit, but yeah, I mean the big thing was just the getting a point every time you're adding an extra token above 2, and like it was just a monster team. Wonder Woman with Lasso from the Wonder Woman 80 set. I think I had Miles Morales on there from the Play at Home kit. He's got that you can't take tokens off unless clearing or something. Or no, he was the one that use in cap, but you still do damage.
Yeah.
I had Rocket Raccoon on there who would give tokens on energy explosion hits, and Prime Captain Marvel.
He's good.
Yeah, so I'm just handing out tokens. I'm like Oprah out there. You get a token. You get a token. You get a token. It's a pretty mean team.
I want to see you do good with it. I challenge you. I'm Miles
All right.
Judging States. Go for it.
All right.
Are you a fan of baseball?
No.
Oh, well, I have a treat. I have Topps 1991. See? Comes with bubble gum. Supposed to be some good cards in here, including some gum from 1991. It's a good year.
I bet that's good gum.
Let's see what we have. Oh. It's in 2 pieces. Okay.
That's how you know it's good.
Oh. You hear that crunch? So I know it's good. Yeah. So it looks like we have Brian Barnes. I'm hoping for some Barry Bonds. Tim Naring. Julio Valeria. Brent Main. Mike Scioscia. Steve Farr. It's really hard to move these with my gloves. Mike Kingery. Kingery, huh? Pete O'Brien. Bob Melvin. Denny Martinez. Delanio DeShields. They're still crunching. Mike Stanley and Mike Young. That's a trash pack.
Yeah, it was.
Thanks, Publisher Clearinghouse, for nothing. It's already dissolved. It sent me all these boxes of cards.
Throw them in the trash.
They're going there. You got any questions for them? Follow-up questions, Ripper?
In a fight, would you prefer to use smaller, sharper rocks or large, blunt rocks?
Smaller, sharper rocks.
But you look so weak. I don't think you could break the skin with the sharpest of all the sharp rocks.
It's more about speed, being a thorn in someone's side.
Oh, okay. True or false? Win or lose, you usually cry after the game.
Go true, even when I win.
Thank you for being honest.
Takes a real man.
Now, does Reb Gordon instill fear in you?
I mean, the scariest thing is I feel like you haven't moved the entire time we've been doing this. That's a little creepy.
I'm staring at you, into your soul.
So when are we going to have AJ versus Chris arm wrestling?
Oh, dude, I can't.
You know what? You know how you can?
I
What's
just
today's
can't,
sponsor?
man.
This will
Look,
make you strong. It's great flavor.
all right, here you go. Here's something fun. I don't know how well this will carry across video. Here's something fun. So this right here, this is as
They're
straight as
tiny.
my arm goes.
Those are tiny.
Like my arm will not go straighter than that.
Does tie make me look fat? On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you think my haircut was? Did it go pretty good?
9.5.
I can't see you, so I don't know.
Is that because I'm John Cena? Well, that'll do it for episode 3. I want to give a big round of applause to Chris Ligma. All right. Until next time.
Beneath our surface was starry starch on the journey dive deeper apart from the cresting waves to the ocean side. AquaMiles tide. We could play our part with every swell of desert wide across the oceans on this ride. The mysteries of the deep world untried in the AquaMiles where horizons glide. Welcome to the AquaMiles, riding with the tide. We're splashing through the waves, don't know where to hide. Feel the energy rising, we're surfing worldwide. It's the thrilling kind of ride. Come on and take the dive. There's no still fear. Brace yourself and cheer. In the AquaMiles tide, our voice is loud and clear. Underneath the ocean skies where the big fish play, in the realm of the unknown we navigate this way. Stories wide like the ocean, currents strong like a fight. Tune into the AquaMiles where the truth takes flight. There's no still fear. Brace yourself and cheer. In the AquaMiles tide, our voice is loud and clear. With every wave and storm and tell the stories we unveil. From the depths to the shore, our courage will prevail. So join us on this journey round the AquaMiles stream, where truth is a savior around the seaside dream. There's golden still fear. Brace yourself and cheer. In the AquaMiles tide, our voices loud and clear. Oh, there's golden still fear. Through the depths we steer. In the AquaMiles tide, our united senses.